Focus. Ideate. Innovate. Enable.
The 12th Customer Fest Show. Max Getmore presents Customer Loyalty Summit and Terragni Consulting presents Customer Engagement Summit. Diamond Partner Freshworks, Platinum Partner Bolt 360, Gold Partner Zendesk, Silver Partner Soho Accentive and Q Degree.
The 12th edition of Customer Fest Show witnessed India's largest gathering of customer loyalty and engagement professionals from across industries coming together to share their views on enhancing customer centricity within the organization. The 12th edition of the Customer Fest Show featured two tracks. The Customer Loyalty Summit featured discussions aimed at inspiring brand loyalty. The Customer Engagement Summit featured keynotes and discussions on integrating customer centricity within the organization. The summit began with the lighting of the lamp. The welcome address was delivered by the Managing Director of Loyalty Rewards Management Private Limited, Mr. Ambaresh Acharya.
So the transactional pattern has changed dramatically for all of us. But guess what? The challenges of engagement have not. So as Ron mentioned, we still want to have delighted customers. We still want the customer to give us more business. We still want the customers to refer us more business. Except that the tools and technology that he uses and therefore we have to use have dramatically changed and will continue to change. And so we as marketing, business practitioners, whatever words you want to use, will need to adapt ourselves to that reality and continue to do what Ron just mentioned, which is how do you get more business out of the customer in a way which is beneficial for both of you.
Noted author and well-known international service leadership guru, Ron Kaufman, delivered the opening keynote on the theme Leading the Service-Focused Culture, Creating Superior Service from the C-Suite.
Everybody in this room is a service professional. You wouldn't come to a customer engagement, customer loyalty summit if you weren't concerned about that. So then I would assume that with all the professional history and expertise in this room, you have a good definition for that word, right? Let's find out. Here's the first part. Read it out loud. Ready? Go. Service is taking action. Now, what is the purpose of the action? To do something that someone else will, something that somebody else will value. Okay, read it with me again. Ready? Go. Service is taking action to create value for. Does that definition make sense for your company? Think about it.
The keynote was followed by Mr. Vinod Chandramouli, the global pre-sales head of Freshworks, speaking on the theme CX, establishing an emotional connection with customers.
You need to be able to build customer-centric culture. If you can revolve everything around customer centricity, then you don't have to worry about emotional connect. It automatically comes. The second one is focus on the emotional connect. Focus on the fact that you want to build a relationship with your customer, and he or she is not a ticket, he or she is just not a query sitting in your inbox or over the phone. And then finally, place people over process. There is a reason why processes are there. It is to avoid the chaos, and there is a method to the madness. But you don't necessarily need to follow the process when you know that this can be solved one way or another.
The first panel discussion at the Customer Loyalty Summit focused on how brands are building loyalty while the marketing world continues to shift.
So kicking off from a very energetic session in the morning, from my point of view, we are absolutely delighted to be here. And we get to talk about something which is very close to our hearts. Marketing for one, brands for another, and of course, how do we build loyalty in this whole scenario. And what's very promising to me is that we've got players on this panel across industry segments, from retail and traditional grocery side of the business, and how is that looking at things, to people who are disrupting things with digital and online. And we've got people who are thinking about loyalty on a daily basis, to people who are thinking about loyalty across lifetimes, and people who go direct to customers, people who have no access perhaps to their customers, are dependent on influencers and partners to take them on. So a very diverse group of people here, and it will be lovely to hear your views on how is marketing changing, how is brand building changing.
People hardly use insurance, right? There are certain categories, for example, motor insurance, where you you maybe bang your car and you claim for the damage and all that. There we find a good percentage, about 1 in 5 consumers using the insurance. You have categories like health insurance or home insurance, where we find consumers hardly ever using the insurance. So this is one category where we say that, when we talk about engagement, where we talk about user experience, we at times face a situation where the user never experiences us, right? So you bought a policy and you've been renewing it every year because you have to, and then one fine day you say that, why am I actually spending for this? What's the point of doing that? So that's the kind of challenge we face.
Connecting with both of them at different levels is very important to us, because one, when the consumer is coming to us directly, the transaction is happening with the organization. However, when the consumer is coming through the channel, the dependency on channel both from our end as well as the consumer's end is extremely high. But what we've realized is, though home loans are a transaction, it's all about money, it's the people relationship that really matters, that drives the business. Whether the customer decides to come back, decides to refer, or decides to badmouth you. So it's really the people relationships that matter.
Conceived and managed by Kamikaze B2B Media. The 12th Customer Fest Show, Max Getmore presents Customer Loyalty Summit and Terragni Consulting presents Customer Engagement Summit. Diamond Partner Freshworks, Platinum Partner Gold 360, Gold Partner Zendesk, Silver Partner Soho Accenture and Q Degrees.
The summit featured some more interesting panel discussions, case studies, and industry perspectives by seasoned industry professionals. The next panel spoke on loyalty surgery, the future shape of things for loyalty.
The topic is loyalty surgery, the future shape of things to come. As I was alluding in my welcome address today, that given technology, I think the challenges of loyalty, engagement stay the same. How do you get more customers? How do you make the customers do more business with you? But because the customer is interacting with you very differently today than what he was earlier, the challenges of bringing together tools and techniques to keep the same engagement is becoming very, very different. And I would thank the panelists for making the time here. Some of the panelists didn't come, so it's a shorter panel. I think the topic scared them a bit, I think. We'll start with the open question to the panelists. We were talking about the changes. Ron talked about some of the changes in the morning, and the earlier panel also spoke about it. But I would request each one of you by turn to tell me, how have you seen loyalty evolve in your respective experiences in industries?
Consumers are getting more and more, digital oriented. We all wanted to, do a lot of things like going via shopping, banking specifically. A lot of it is happening digitally now. Consumers know what they want, and you just have to be there at the right time and, kind of give it back to the customers in the shape and format they want. Because loyalty is all about really delighting your customers and making it a pleasure. So as loyalty marketers, we are all in the forefront of being there.
We've always seen loyalty as a part of service. And, we've had the platinum guest coming in and the VIP guest and all this coming in. But I guess in the last 3 to 5 years, how loyalty has been now perceived is very different. With the advent of online travel agents, MakeMyTrip, Booking.com, they have also started owning the customer as much as we do. And we realize that we're actually falling short at the speed at which they are owning the customer. So we go back to sort of reinventing our own metrics by saying that in order to have more customers book directly with us, that is when we realize the value of loyalty. And that's why we started awarding points to only those who started booking directly with us. So what has happened is that we started using loyalty as a tool to competitive advantage.
5 years back, when we used to meet our clients and we used to look at what their initiatives are going to be, the expectation was a lot on how does the program strategy work, how does the loyalty strategy work, and help needed in those areas. Interestingly, what's happening now is with a lot of marketers looking at retention and loyalty marketing practices more closely for their organizations, they're coming to us with a lot more understanding and knowledge about what needs to be done for their company, for their brand, and for their customers. And hence, for companies like us and similar providers here in the room, I think what's changing is how do we execute these things for our customers better.
With businesses across the world transitioning to a digital era, the next panel discussed digital leadership, examining leadership, strategy and execution of digital-first customer-centric business models.
So we are essentially talking of three key pillars here. One being the business model, which is evolving business model. Second is the most important, which is the favorite stuff, which is creating a digital consumer experience. You might have created a great business model. If you are not connecting the consumer where, what, why, how kind of a thing, then it becomes a problem. And third one is, of course, the organizational process.
For a long time, if you've seen, banking is a very, very old, 200, 250 years old industry. And though banking is very old, the art of banking and the overall task of banking has changed over a period of time. And if banks started out very clearly many centuries ago as custodians or safekeepers of people's money, over a period of time, obviously we do safekeep of money, but what we do better job of is safekeep of data on customers' money. So that's the context in which business models are changing. No longer are banks and financial institutions the only custodians of customers' data. All of us leave behind footprints digitally in every interaction that we do with digital surfaces, which is something that analog systems and interfaces don't allow us to do. That itself has tremendous opportunity to change the way business models survive or thrive or perish.
Following the panel discussion on digital leadership, a case study was presented on the role of non-core redemptions in loyalty programs.
Why do non-core rewards play such an important role? When you are doing merchandise, when you are using donations, when you are using raffles and sweepstakes, when you are going into a travel agency, if you are finance consumer, and if you are going into a travel agency and buying an airline ticket or whatever, all of this interaction is boosting the customer engagement. Not only this, as a loyalty program member, a loyalty program owner, you can also define how you want to use your rewards to differentiate between tiered and non-tiered values. So that's essentially overall the story of non-core rewards. Boosting revenue, cutting down cost, increasing smart benefits to your members, and of course, while you're doing this, you are engaging your customers more and more.
Jet Privilege has been as a brand around for about 25 odd years, and along with the airline, which is now almost reaching 26 years of its existence, in the last 4-5 years, expanded as a program. We now treat JP Miles as a currency. You should be able to earn and redeem at multiple places. We therefore have about 150 plus program partners now, and we have also made sure that the destinations you can go on to increases, as well as we have co-brand partners with about 4 banks in India.
Mr. Brian Almeida, Managing Director and Partner at Strategic Karama International Private Limited, shared his perspectives on the changing loyalty landscape in India.
If you were to look at me 27 years ago, my first program was the Barbie Friends Club in India. Yeah? Today, we're looking at large e-commerce players in the loyalty space. Yeah? And with that, you'll see the transition that has happened. Jet Airways was a program which we launched many years ago. Before that was British Airways, Taj Inner Circle. So these were programs that launched and set the roadmap for loyalty programs in the country. Today with retail, with businesses that are going retail, both online, mobile, and physical stores, the technology has vastly changed.
Brands today do not look at where the customers are talking to them. There are standard ways in which customers reach out to a brand, and their brands are forcing the customer to reach out to them only in those ways. For example, email or phone conversation. Where we feel that brands should be there to enable wow moments every single time a customer talks to them is they need to be part of every single customer journey.
Collaboration among complementary brands today is a must for all customer experiences. No brand today can claim to fulfill everything that a customer wants, and therefore it's important for brands to find out other brands that can help them create a more complete consumer experience.
So the fundamental philosophy of Bolt 360 is that it achieves harmony between bot and human. So we have 7 principles that we have devised for this. It's conversational, which means the bot and the human converses like you and I are conversing right now. It understands me because I'm a human and I'm talking to you. The second one is that it's intelligent. So if you've heard the word NLP, it's a true NLP and it's context aware.
Conceived and managed by Kamikaze B2B Media. The 12th Customer Fest Show, Max Getmore presents Customer Loyalty Summit and Terragni Consulting presents Customer Engagement Summit. Diamond Partner Freshworks, Platinum Partner Bolt 360, Gold Partner Zendesk, Silver Partner Soho Accenture and Q Degree.
The Customer Engagement Summit was equally relevant to the audience and some interesting discussions took place. The first panel here spoke on the theme Delivering Human Touch in CX Transformation using Behavioral Science.
Talking about human behavioral science in improving customer experience, I said, damn, I'm from a technology company and we're trying to disrupt so much in the market space. The technology is coming and helping and making waves into, everybody say, I've implemented XYZ and it helped me so much. But who drives, who really powers this technology at the back end is human. But if you're a really smart leader, you're really going to use those behavioral science to understand what really works, what has created impact, what is a quotient. But there is no better person to actually start the conversation than Naveen, who actually comes from Max Bupa. You know, they provide health insurance and stuff like that. You know, your perspective of using human bias to take advantage of customer experience.
70% of our customers now go to our website to pay their renewal premium. The moment they log in, and not even log in, if they've been to our site before, a banner will come and say that you're underinsured, but guess what? We've seen your profile. We don't require you to go through any additional medicals, no underwriting, pre-approved offer. Please click it here. Your renewal plus your additional sum assured is granted there and then on the website. So very powerful on how you use the consumer behavior, how do you target your customers.
Following the panel on behavioral science, the next panel spoke on personalizing and contextualizing customers' interactions with enhanced, segmented customer journeys.
From the very beginning, we were very clear that we do not want to be just another health insurance company. And we also had our purpose statement, which we actually all the founding members got together and created a purpose statement which said that we want to empower and motivate people to lead or prioritize their health and lead fulfilling lives. So I think that was one of the starting points of where we said that we want to actually be there for the customers and make sure that, because everybody wants to stay healthy, right? But I think it boils down at the end to actually prioritizing it.
Very good. I think well said. I think one of the things the Aditya Birla Group does is a lot is customer journey mapping. And the other initiative we've taken is the number of hours each SMT member spends in the field talking to businesses. And we have about 28 different businesses. So this is one typical case. Hospitals is an area where itself many of our senior teams have visited. Building on that, quickly, you've been dealing with a lot of small startup and large companies as well. How do these kind of customer centric offerings differ from these kind of startup companies to the larger ones?
Yeah, so 22 years ago when we started the journey at Zoho, when we started building products instead of doing project work like most software companies at that time did, our thought was we can dig deep, we can build one solution and we can actually put a price point to it and get done. Forget about customization. One of the reasons we moved away from projects and short turnaround life cycles and so on was that. But over time, many thousands of customer journeys later, what we are actually realizing is that there are these startups, there are these mid-sized companies, and there are these large companies. So all three we are trying to address, and we realize that the game is very different, the segment to segment.
Customer experience is all about creating an emotional connect with your customers. And the better you understand how customers think and better you understand how customers go through their biases, the better you can create that emotional connect. Which is the reason why behavioral sciences have begun to play an extremely important role in defining customer experience strategies and creating emotional connects.
Many businesses have developed based on designing procedures and processes and standards and checklists, teaching people how to take certain action, and then they're confused when the customers don't say, I get the value. We have to turn that around. So the curiosity is on the customer first, and then back it up to what's the right action to take.
With the technology like self-service, you are available as a business to your consumers at any given time, 24/7, and customer gets the highest satisfaction because they're helping themselves rather than being helped by somebody else. So I think if you really create artificial intelligence powered, intelligence to your agents, the agents gets empowered to do a lot of work. When agents are empowered, they're happy. Happy agents are happy customers.
You have to ensure that customer efforts are reduced when a journey is taking place, and also it is customized to an individual. Those are the things that we are looking at.
Conceived and managed by Kamikaze B2B Media. The 12th Customer Fest Show, Max Get More presents Customer Loyalty Summit and Terragni Consulting presents Customer Engagement Summit. Diamond Partner Freshworks, Platinum Partner Bold 360, Gold Partner Zendesk, Silver Partner Soho Accenture and Q Degree.
Mr. Vikas Malhotra, Business Unit Head of Customer Engagement and Support at Bold 360 by LogMeIn, shared his ideas on demystifying AI for customer engagement.
Fantastic to have millennials as a part of our customers, as part of our organization, as employees. So they are bringing in a lot of potential, and we all want to harness that potential, but at the same time what they bring in is very low levels of tolerance. They do not want to stick to a brand. They are no more, they may be loyal, but they are no more dedicated to any brand, and then they will switch loyalty like anything if they are not able to get good service. And on the other hand, the age of the customer really means that this is the time when customer is commanding. Organizations no more can say that this is what my processes are, these are what my people are capable to do, this is what we can deliver, and hence the customer has to be served in this way.
Dr. Anil V. Pillai, Director, Terragni Consulting Private Limited, shared his points of view on behavior in the age of the customer.
What drives experience are two basic emotions, the seeking of pleasure and the elimination of pain. You agree with me? Every experience in your life is only guided by, can I eliminate pain, can I enhance pleasure? Right? This comes below, of course, our need to survive. Survival instinct is first. Below survival instinct comes the need to eliminate pain and enhance pleasure. Everything else doesn't matter.
The final panel discussion at the Customer Engagement Summit was on creating innovative solutions, driving efficiency, and achieving competitive advantage with design thinking.
This panel, we would like to focus on two major things. One is, how are we engaging with our customers? And how are our customer expectations changing? Do they want us to contribute more meaningfully to their value chain? And what role can design thinking play in this? How can we co-create some value together with customers? And that also forms the main theme of this panel discussion.
Today when we talk to truck drivers, they are actually talking about apps, gadgets. They might not be able to read and write, but they are actually using cell phones, and they are actually app friendly. Now we are developing apps for our drivers where they can actually get the information that they need pretty quickly. If there are really low skill maintenance things that they have to do on the road while they're on the road, they can actually do that with the help of app.
When we talk of experiences, getting to know what the customer is looking for as a part of the experience, it is most essential for us to go through that experience ourselves. When we talk of design thinking, we talk of empathizing. But how do you empathize? You empathize after you have gone through that experience yourself, and then you get to know the pain points of the customer.
Today, largely it is not just the apartment that we look at. We buy into a project. And what I mean by that is, we look at how big is the gym, the clubhouse, the swimming pool. Whether we use it or not is a different question. But we will definitely want a very big clubhouse. And it's not just something that we like, but it's also something like we like to show off, So it's moved from brick and mortar to a lot of value-added services. So that I think is a change that has happened in the last 10 years or so.
The day 2 of the summit began with a keynote address from Charles Herdent, CEO and founder, Currency Alliances, on the theme New Partnership Models for Loyalty Programs.
Today, we've created a company called Currency Alliance, and I don't intend to talk about Currency Alliance today, but the purpose of the business is to deliver the technology necessary for large loyalty programs to improve the engagement, not only with their frequent customers, but also with the mid-tail customer and the long-tail customer. Because in the age of Amazon, how are you possibly going to compete if you don't actually understand what motivates most of your customers, not just the frequent ones? So one of the key messages from today is that loyalty programs are changing, but they're not changing because of artificial intelligence or blockchain or social media or mobile technologies. They're changing because it's no longer enough to understand 15 or 20% of your customers relatively well. You need to understand 50 or 70% of your customers in order to survive over time.
When you make the transaction convenient, you make it simple for them and you make it relevant to them, you will mine through all of that complex data sets, technology, and you will see the customer engaging with your brand the highest and engaging with your program, in a very intensive manner, which means that you will actually create loyalty and you will create barriers for a customer to leave your brand and go to competition.
If I can know the customer, if I can know their needs and wants, I can know the conversations that this customer already has had, you are then empowering that person at the point of sale to be very meaningful and very impactful. So these are the 3 areas that I think are going to be key. Listening to what your consumers say, engaging with them whenever they want to be engaged, and finally empowering your sales channels, your marketing channels to deliver great value to the customer.
When it comes to rewards, customers no longer want to travel long distances to redeem their rewards. It has to be local, and more importantly, it has to be on the mobile, because everybody has enough number of applications, and you can send a digital code onto their mobile which they can redeem at a local location. So that's precisely what we are advising our clients to adopt.
Conceived and managed by Kamikaze B2B Media. The Customer Fest Awards 2019, Zendesk presents 6th Customer Experience Awards.
The summit concluded with the 12th edition of the industry's most awaited awards, felicitating individuals and companies who have excelled over the year on the customer experience front.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, this entire awards evening has been conceived and managed by Kamikaze B2B Media. In fact, we had a very, very strong jury that invested their valuable time in order to choose our winners this evening. Now, all the nominations that were filled in, this was thoroughly researched by the jury, and between them, they contacted the nominees to understand the nominations. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get started with Customer Experience Awards presented by Zendesk.
Best Customer Experience Award of the Year, Banking, and the winner is Citibank. Best Customer Experience Award for the year, Non-Banking, and the winner is Reliance Nippon Life Asset Management Limited. Best Experience in Retail Sector, Large, Multi-Brand Format, and the winner is Shoppers Stop Limited. Best Customer Experience in B2B Sector, and the winner is Legrand India. Best Customer Experience in B2C Sector, and the winner is HP India Sales Private Limited. Best Customer Experience in Services Sector, and the winners are Tata AIA Life Insurance Company Limited and Kavi DigiConnect Limited. Best Digital Customer Experience Initiative. And the winners are ICICI Lombard General Insurance Company, Westside, Service Management Portal, Vodafone Idea Limited. Best Customer Centric Company. And the winner is Future Generali India Insurance Company. Best Omni-Channel Customer Experience Initiative. And the winner is Chroma. Best Use of Technology in a Contact Center. And the winner is India First Life Insurance Company. Best Use of Voice of Customer. And the winners are Edelweiss Personal Wealth Advisory, Aditya Birla Sun Life Insurance Company. Best Customer Experience Vendor, Consultant, Service Provider, and the winner is Q Degrees Services. Terragni Customer Centric Company of the Year, and the winner is Dialogue Axiata PLC. Terragni Customer Centric Team of the Year, and the winner is Future Generali India Insurance Company. Best Contact Center, and the winners are Reliance General Insurance Company and DBS Bank. Best Customer Service Initiative, and the winners are Flipkart Internet Private Limited and Frontline Empowerment Initiative, FEI, Vodafone Idea Limited. Best Use of Data Analytics, Predictive Modeling to Enhance Customer Experience, and the winners are HDFC Bank Limited, Immersive Analytics, Tata Consultancy Services Analytics, and Insights.
Conceived and managed by Kamikaze B2B Media. The Customer Fest Awards 2019 Kamikaze B2B Media presents 12th Customer Loyalty Awards.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's get started with our next set of the awards, which is the Customer Loyalty Awards.
Best Loyalty Program in Financial Sector, Banking. And the winners are Axis Bank and SBI Rewards. Best Loyalty Program in Retail Sector, Large, Multi-Brand Format. And the winner is Shoppers Stop Limited. Best Loyalty Program in Retail Sector, Single, Specialty Format. And the winner is Big Bazaar Profit Club, Future Group. Best Loyalty Program in Auto Sector. And the winners are Hero Motorcorp Limited and Gulf Oil Lubricants India Limited. Best Loyalty Program in Oil and Gas. And the winner is Indian Oil Corporation Limited, Extra Power Program. Best Use of Direct Marketing in a Loyalty Program. And the winner is Aditya Birla Fashion and Retail, Pantaloons. Best Use of Mobile in Loyalty Program. And the winners are HP Refuel Digital and Dr. Reddy's Laboratories. Best Use of CSR Initiative linked to Loyalty. And the winners are HP India Sales Private Limited and Strategic Caravan International Private Limited. Best Use of Technology in Loyalty Program. And the winners are Legrand India, Corvetta Agri-Science, Agricultural Division of Dow, DuPont. Best Use of Contests, Promotions in Loyalty Program. And the winners are Loyal Logic Technologies and Dream Come True Contest, Jet Privilege Private Limited. Best Use of Experiential, Live Marketing in a Loyalty Program. And the winner is Charminar, Unnati, HIL Limited. Most innovative loyalty program of the year, and the winner is Myntra Insider. Best use of data analytics in business intelligence, and the winner is HDFC Life Insurance Company. Best use of data analytics in customer analytics, and the winner is Lower Services India Private Limited. Best use of customer and data analytics in loyalty program, and the winners are Westside and Driving Air Redemption Jet Privilege Private Limited. Best Channel Loyalty Program, and the winner is Club Concierge Services India Private Limited. Best CRM Program, and the winners are Apollo Hospitals Enterprise Limited and Relive 2018 Jet Privilege Private Limited. Best Data Analytics Team of the Year, and the winner is Payback India. Loyalty Team of the Year, and the winner is Team Max Get More Loyalty Rewards. Champion of the Champions, Loyalty Program of the Year, and the winners are Aditya Birla Sun Life Mutual Fund and Shoppers Stop. The felicitation ceremony concluded the 12th edition of the Customer Fest Show. The conference will be back with the 13th edition in February 2020. We look forward to another promising performance from Team Kamikaze.
Conceived and managed by Kamikaze B2B Media.
Focus, ideate, innovate, enable.